EA Sports. It's in the game.
Everybody, Joe Tessitore and Teddy Atlas welcoming you to the MGM Grand here on the Vegas Strip in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada for our main event. 12 rounds in the flyweight division between Nonito Donaire and Jorge Arce. Nonito Donaire's making his way to the ring right now. Boy, and he's not bashful at all, is he? Look at him, confidently making his way down for this contest. Jorge Arce's got his eye on the prize. Look at that focus and determination during his ring walk.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Nonito. And his opponent across the ring. Fighting out of the blue corner,
all right, remember, protect yourselves at all times. And no headbutt, no low blows.
Everybody's been waiting for these two to meet up. Now they do, as round one is underway. We expect a high work rate among these two fighters. Now, do you want to see that same work rate throughout the whole fight? Or is that your expectation?
I'd love to, because we'd be having a good time, and our fans, they're going to enjoy it.
That punch just close. Keeping his hands up, getting way of his opponent's effort. Against his opponent. Oh! Nonito Donaire's been stunned. Oh, look at that. You know you need space to punch. He realizes that, so he pushes his opponent. Able to get away from that headshot with the block. So swiftly able to turn defense into offense. Nice counter punch.
And what you're noticing here is his opponent is starting to be a little wary of letting his jab go, because every time he jabs, he gets caught.
What happened to the get to know ya? They're getting to know each other real quick here.
Unbelievable. I feel like I'm at a fancy restaurant, and we've already had 4 courses, and the chef came out and said, hey, don't be full yet, you got 8 more to go.
A little give and take, and here comes the left hand. Nice strike after catching one by Nonito Donaire.
Keep your head moving.
Wow, is he defensively sound. Good job protecting himself. Nonito Donaire's got to deal with a cut on his cheek right now. The good news is it's below the eye, but still, it could get nasty as the fight progresses. block. Lands the counter. Jorge Arce's got to deal with a cut cheek. Blocks away that headshot. Teddy, this has the feeling of a fight that very much looks like it'll be a chess match.
Yeah, this is a Bobby Fischer type fight, no doubt about that. It's a matter of who moves their pawn, and each guy doing a real careful job and a thoughtful job before they touch those pieces.
Move that body. You need to move that body more. You know, get on that.
Back to fight action as a new round is underway. Of course, in that last round, it was fairly one-sided. He was hit pretty hard, and now he has to overcome that here.
Yeah, you don't have to be Nostradamus to know that. I mean, everybody saw, you know, he got staggered, his knees buckled, did a little dance there. But what you have to really know now is know why you got hit and correct that immediately.
And you see he turned defense into offense, comes back with the counterpunch.
And that's exactly what he brings to the game. He makes you miss, he makes you pay, and he makes you think twice about throwing a punch later on.
Teddy, what do you think is the most misunderstood about the lower weight classes?
Well, I think people don't realize how big those people have to be. I know that sounds crazy because they're smaller guys, but they have to be big in all the other dimensions, with discipline, with confidence, and with their technical approach, their technical development. They have to deal with guys that are really fast. The bigger guys don't have to deal with all those elements.
See, he's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head.
Back to the body.
Able to counter that attack. He just missed that shot up top. Back and forth exchange.
Keep your hands up.
Able to dismiss that body shot. Those headshots with his defense up top. There's a taste of the sweet science. You see the skill he has in counterpunching.
And you know what he's doing is taking his opponent's jab away.
How is he able to do this? How is he able to take these shots?
You know, one time Muhammad Ali talked about taking a chin. He had one of the great chins of all time. And what he basically talked about was that when you start to get hit those shots, you start to go down a hallway. And then you go into a gray room. You go from a light room to a gray room. And at the end of the hallway, you see a dark room. You don't want to go to that dark room. And you have a choice. You put your feet down, you start backing up. I'm not going to that dark room. This guy is not being taken to that dark room.
Good way to protect the midsection. He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by Jorge Arce.
Slip his punch, then throw a straight right down the middle. Get the compress on that.
Is underway. Nice block. Good exchange, scoring well with the right hands. Good job staying away from the danger there.
Defense, more defense. Double up your punches.
Able to cover up along the belt line, blocks that one. Jorge Arce's just not landing any body punches in this fight.
Well, he looks like a guy who hasn't been taught that. We're getting a little bit of an x-ray, a little bit of a peek into what his trainers show him in the gym or what they don't show him.
Turn defense into offense, comes back with the counterpunch.
And that's exactly what he brings to the game. He makes you miss, he makes you pay, and he makes you think twice about throwing a punch later on.
You're taking too many punches. Hands on. Keep working the body.
Good way to protect the midsection. Wow, is he defensively sound.
Don't stay in one spot.
To go in a round that feels like an all-time classic. Punch for punch, they're meeting each other. Unleash the fury. Yeah, give him one. Parries that punch away. But he parries it away. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Very nice defensive guard there. And this round comes to an end. It is a round that was highly entertaining. These guys really put forth quite an effort.
Well, they both have high engines. They have motors that never stop going.
Here we go with the fourth round. Nonito Donaire's got to find a way to protect that eye. The cut has worsened. And if it gets any worse, you got to think this fight is coming to an end immediately.
Well, what's going to matter is when the doctor finally gets caught up and looks at it is, Joe, not how bad the cut looks or even how graphic it is to the fans out there, but where it's at. The doctor will look to see whether or not it's the kind of cut that if it gets worse, it could actually be physically damaging to his career.
They trade shots. He comes back with a right hand. Good job staying away from the danger there. Nice exchange. Both right hands landed. Donaire's nose is cut, and you can see that it's worsening as this round goes on.
Let's see some more head. Let's see some more head. Get out of the way.
Protecting his head well with his guard. 90 seconds to go in round number 4. Nice strike after catching one by Nonito Donaire.
Good job, buddy. Keep working the body.
A headshot blocked. Oh, he just misses with that headshot. Pulls the trigger right away with the left hand after getting tagged himself. Good defense, just covering up down low. What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Nonito Donaire. Able to get rid of that one. Seconds to go in the 4th. Blocks it away. Round comes to an end. And that's one of those rounds, Teddy, that just takes on a certain style, a certain characteristic. And that was a busy one.
Yeah, it was a busy one. Look, Joe, you don't have to look for these guys. They're right there in front of you.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think sometimes you just get those rounds where it all happens?
Because of styles. You know, styles make fights. In this case, you see proof of that right there. Both guys that are aggressive, both guys that are very confident.
They start up again, back to action here with another round. But who knows how much longer it'll last. This has been a completely one-sided fight.
game paying off. You can see the counter punch. Yeah, you see the counter punch, but you know what I see? I see a little tentativeness now in him because he's afraid to let anything go, because when he misses, bang, it gets caught.
Every gym's got one of those double-ended bags, right? They give you the movement. You got to hit that moving target, work on your accuracy. He's making it so that his opponent never had to work on one, Teddy. He's just sitting right there, right in front. No head movement whatsoever.
No, not at all. He didn't have one in his gym, that's for sure, because he just does not know how to move his head. The old timers would say he gets insulted if you miss him.
Throws a counter punch there. This is great stuff. I mean, great stuff. Bringing it every which way they are.
Joe, you remember the time you were on a vacation, you saw that perfect sunset?
Oh, yeah.
It was just beautiful. This is beautiful.
That is a big right hand after eating one himself. Able to cover up that gut. Keeping his hands up, getting rid of his opponent's offense. Teddy, is this becoming a mental thing with him? I mean, he's not firing off the big power punches. I got to wonder why.
You know, that's a good question. Sometimes a guy is making a silent agreement in his mind that maybe if I don't hit him hard, he won't hit me hard back. He's not confident enough now to throw the punches without worrying about what will come back at him.
And as this round comes to an end, Teddy, you just get the sense that at any point this fight could come to an end because it is being fought with bad intentions.
Yes, these guys are not behaving like guys that are coming here thinking about going to the scorecards. They're letting everything go in every punch.
Teddy, what do you think here as we start this round? I mean, you watch what he did in that last round, and you got to think that he can get himself back into this fight.
Well, that's how he's got to be thinking it. That's kind of what he's made up of. He's not a front runner. You know, he's not a fast starter anyway. He's the kind of guy that his real strength is to be able to wear you down and to have a great resolve and to be able to chip away, chip away. He's chipping.
Nice work with the jab on the outside. Undoubtedly, the most effective element of his entire arsenal tonight is his jab. He's so committed to fighting on the outside, and he's jabbing away beautifully.
Well, Cus D'Amato used to tell me, Teddy, when you're in doubt, jab. Well, this fighter, when he's been in doubt, he's jab. When he's been sure of himself, he's jab. As you said, he's made a jab fest of this all night long.
Circle.
Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault. Very nice work from both men. They each got a shot in. Frustrating his opponent with great defense. Tried to land that upstairs and was off the mark. What guts it takes, what commitment it takes to keep up with this kind of a pace. The action's been nonstop.
Now, the one thing I can tell you is this is where you don't worry about pace. You don't think about pace. Otherwise, you could not be doing what these guys are doing. They're just going round to round.
Great fight. I mean, just a great fight. Both guys giving their all back and forth.
It doesn't get much better.
A minute to go in what has been 2 minutes of sensational action. Neither man coming off stride.
Hands up, hands up. Keep moving, keep moving around the ring.
Blocks it away. Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head. And this round comes to an end. A round that was highly entertaining. They put forth a nonstop effort.
Well, that's the styles that they figured to bring to this fight. Both guys with good motives.
And more punch.
We've reached the halfway point. It'll be interesting to see what we're in store for down the stretch of this fight. Nice block. Gets rid of that effort. Parries that punch away. Good job fighting from the outside. Nonito Donaire is making for a trainer's dream right now. Picking his shots, Teddy. Selecting when, where, and being very accurate.
Yeah, the old-timers would say he's a real sharpshooter. That's exactly what he's doing. He's not missing much.
Takes one to give one. He comes back with a right hand. Very nice defensive guard there. Showing you some defense there with the block. Parries that punch intended for the head. Teddy, this is one of those moments where you just wish you could pick up the phone and call up the world and say, tune in. Everybody should be watching this, right?
I have a cell phone. I might do that right now.
Start dialing.
Cover your head.
Bring it on! Keep your hands up! Everybody!
Beat him to the punch.
Good job staying away from the danger there. Nice strike after catching one by Nonito Donaire. Good job protecting himself. What a good war this has been. What a good, solid fight it's been. The kind of fight that tells me somebody wants to get rid of the other guy.
It almost looks like they made a deal where neither one could win by decision, where if they didn't win by knockout, it doesn't count.
Underway, but how many more will we see? You get the sense this fight could be heading towards a stoppage. The tactical game paying off. You can see the counter punch.
Yeah, you see the counter punch, but you know what I see? I see a little tentativeness now in him because he's afraid to let anything go, because when he misses, bang, it gets caught.
Dismisses his opponent's headshot. Wow, is he defensively sound. How about that exchange? Fine fundamentals, good counterpunch. Blocks that punch. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. His opponent wanted the body. He wouldn't give it to him.
Keep working the jab.
Oh, and there you go. Nonito Donaire's in a... Oh! Nonito Donaire's on the canvas. Now you're going to have to see the guts it takes to fight back from that. And somehow, some way, he's going to continue on here.
And if he's going to stay in this fight, now he's got to avoid his opponent like the Black Plague.
Blocks away that headshot. Takes one, but gives one. Good work by Jorge Arce. Gets rid of that body shot. Protecting his head well with his guard. He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by Jorge Arce.
Let's get on that swelling.
Find a way to get through the early goings here of this round. Remember last round, he went down. He was on the canvas.
Now look, he wants to tie his opponent up. That's the best way to get through it right now. But what he doesn't want to do, Joe, is to reach in there, you know, reach out to grab his guy, and then he leaves himself open. He's got to make sure that his opponent's close enough where he goes to grab him, he's not exposing himself to get dropped again.
Keeping his hands up, getting way of his opponent's effort. Nonito Donaire's got to find an answer here because he's just too defensive after going down on him.
You know, it's a funny thing. He's gotten a taste of his own medicine because usually he'll make you miss and he'll counter back. He'll make you pay. Well, he missed earlier and he paid, and he hasn't gotten over that.
Good defensive skill.
Side to side.
Halfway through what is one of the best rounds you'll ever see. Just great action.
No, it's unbelievable. I mean, if you love roller coasters, you go to an amusement park. If you want to see left hooks, right hands, every direction, great chins, great endurance, great heart, you come to this fight. You stay right here.
Don't stay in one spot. Circle.
Good block. Good stuff in the opening 2 minutes. A minute to go in this round. Blocks that punch. Gets rid of that. It was intended for his head. Nice block that time. It was intended to the head. This has been a hotly contested war throughout, and you just have a sense that it's going to end at any moment in these later rounds.
Yeah, these guys are not saving anything. They're going for broke. right from the beginning.
Underway. It gets us thinking, how much more of this will we see? Hard to envision this fight going the distance with how lopsided it's been. Good defensive skill. Oh! A big body shot. What a nice counter that was. Teddy, I guess they wanted it. Look at this action going right out there, wasting no time.
No, these guys are impatient. They couldn't wait to get at each other.
There's the headshot, but he parries it away. He throws a big, wide punch, and he throws a big, wide punch and leaves himself wide open.
Well, it's like leaving your window open in your house in the middle of winter. You know, a lot of cold air is going to come in. Guess what? Some hooks are coming in soon.
Headshots, and he crashes to the canvas once again. He's gotten up before. What about this time? He went down from a big shot. Now he's got to have some big guts to move along.
You're going to find out exactly what he's made of.
So swiftly able to turn defense into offense. Nice counter punch.
And what you're noticing here is his opponent is starting to be a little wary of letting his jab go, because every time he jabs, he gets caught.
What a great round. 2 minutes in, 60 seconds to go. Unable to steady himself right now after being stunned. He's going around now, Teddy, like his legs are made out of wet noodles.
Yeah, my mother was boiling the water because she used to make sure that that water boiled and boiled. It was never al dente. These legs are not al dente.
Teddy, he may go down just by stumbling the way he's bumbling around this ring.
Well, he's got to stop moving. Actually, you never want to fight on the ropes. This is one time he probably needs to be on the ropes just to steady him and then move his head a little bit. That might be his only shot.
See, the defense pays off as he gets rid of that downstairs. He's a weeble wobble in the ring right now, just wobbling away. Parries that punch intended for the head. End of the round there, a round in which we did see the knockdown. And Teddy, when a fighter comes back to the corner, having just been floored, typically, how are they acting? What are you seeing on that?
Just imagine you just walked into a room and somebody hit you from behind. You dropped. You're afraid to go in that room again. So put a light on in that room and explain to him why he got dropped. He will not be afraid to go back in that room.
So here we are, all wondering, can he survive the start of this round after the way we saw him go down in that last round?
Well, it's up to his opponent. Now, his opponent gets a little careless and he rushes in a little bit too close. He can get a chance to grab those hands and tie him up. And then he can kill a little of the clock, survive.
Tucks those elbows in, blocks the body shot. Nonito Donaire's offense has nearly left the building. But that has a lot to do with the fact that he was hurt earlier. He got tagged.
Now he's got to find a way to be defensive, to make sure he survives, clears those cobwebs out a little bit, but he's got to reconnect the offense before it's too late.
Blocks the headshot. Lands the counter. Holy cow! Jorge Arce's in a bad spot right now. He's been stunned. That's exactly what he wanted to do, backing him up against the ropes. Good job protecting himself.
Come on. Keep working the jab.
Able to cover up along the belt line, blocks that one. Wow, just sit back and enjoy this one. You can tell both guys are so determined to give everything they have here tonight.
So it's like the first time you heard Ray Charles sing God Bless America. You knew it was special. You knew you hadn't heard it before. I haven't seen anything like this before.
To go in a round that feels like an all-time classic. Punch for punch, they're meeting each other. Able to dismiss it. Good defensive skill. Blocks it away. He took a shot, but he gives one of his own. A left hand scores. Just off the mark with that punch. We come to the end of this round. Teddy, a round in which maybe a lot of trainers don't like to see because it was a very busy round for both guys.
Well, it depends what kind of style, what kind of strength your fighter has, or even what kind of weaknesses. If I had a guy who likes to box, who likes to counterpunch, I want a guy coming at him. Not with a lot of TNT in his gloves, but coming forward where my guy is well suited. He can pick him off a little bit.
Able to cover up along the belt line, blocks that one.
Keep it going.
Covers up nicely, gets rid of his opponent's body shot. Jorge Arce is making for a very inviting target right now. You can see the blood around that eye. The cut is obviously worse than it was just moments ago. Parries that punch away. He's acting like a fighter, coming back with the right hand after getting scored upon.
Get him.
Good, smart, tactical move here, backing up his opponent against the ropes.
Get him.
Needs the backboard.
Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. Gets rid of that. It was intended for his head. to go in what has been a memorable round. Great stuff from these two.
Move your head.
Able to cover up that gut. Blocks that punch. And that will end the night. This is going to be a technical knockout. The ref saying the fight cannot continue due to that cut. Nonito Donaire is your winner by TKO, Teddy.
He did a great job. From the beginning to the end, there was never a doubt.
Good, enjoyable, entertaining fight it was. For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore saying thanks for being with us. Hi, everybody. I'm Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas. Good evening and welcome to the MGM Grand here on the Vegas Strip in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, for our main event of the evening. 12 rounds of welterweight action between Ricky the Hitman Hatton and Sugar Shane Mosley. Ricky Hatton's on his way to the ring. You can see it in his eyes. You just know he's got that feeling tonight. Sugar Shane Mosley's making his way to the ring right now. Boy, and he's not bashful at all, is he? Look at him, confidently making his way down for this contest.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, and his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, All right, gentlemen, one thing, protect yourself at all times. Okay, let's touch him up.
So we are underway here. Round one, scheduled for 12. How do you define consistency when you describe the fact that among this matchup you're looking for guys to be more consistent? Which guy's going to be more consistent? How do you define that?
Just in one area. When they get inside, for example, Joe, every once in a while somebody takes a little bit of a break. Yeah, there's working, but all of a sudden one guy's arm goes behind the other guy. I'm looking to see who keeps both hands free.
Well-placed counter punch by Hatton.
We're working the jab.
Good blocks by Mosley. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. What happened to the get to know ya? They're getting to know each other real quick here.
Unbelievable. I feel like I'm at a fancy restaurant and we've already had 4 courses and the chef came out and said, hey, don't be full yet, you got 8 more to go.
Keep working the jab.
Halfway through this round. Targeting each other, the exchange was something special. You see guys do this all the time, a little shove off there to create some space on the inside to get your punches off. Always good to broadcast a Shane Mosley fight. Teddy, what are we going to see out of him?
You know what you usually see out of him? Everyone thinks you see speed. You're going to see speed, but a strong fighter, a physical fighter, a guy who loves to go to the body, a guy who likes to kind of look to break you down, likes to be the boss, likes to walk forward a little bit.
block a punch. He just missed that shot up top. Good block there by Mosley. Now that's some fine work right there by Ricky Hatton. Nice job on the inside right there, just creating some space. Hey, have it your way. How about a return to sender with the left hand? End of the round is upon us. And if the next round holds up like that, we're going to be in for a real treat.
No, we will be, because both these guys have the philosophy that their best defense is their offense.
You just focus on
underway. Able to dismiss that body shot. To get away from those punches. Good job protecting himself. Solid counter punch by Sugar Shane. Shane Mosley's speed, to me, Teddy, is clearly the biggest difference we've seen so far tonight.
Yeah, but there's ways to take away speed. One is to go downstairs to the body.
Oh, and there you go. Ricky Hatton's in bad shape. He was damaged moments ago, but now he's got his feet back under him. Well, that's exactly what you should be doing on the inside. If you want to punch and you need space, do what you have to do to get that space. He's pushing him around. I remember sitting ringside in 1997 when Shane Mosley was able to defeat Philip Holliday and claim his first lightweight world title. Teddy, many said, boy, he could be a lightweight champ that reigned for years. He was a supreme lightweight, then he went up in weight.
Yeah, he did, and that's what winds up happening. You know, in the old days, it happens sometimes because they couldn't keep their weight anymore. They moved up. But nowadays, it happens in search of more money. Because there's nobody at the lightweights. You move up looking for the big money fights.
Nice job on the inside right there, just creating some space. Hey, have it your way. Shane Mosley's cut is on the cheek, and you can see that it's bothering him a bit right now. That's something we'll keep our eye on. Very nice defensive guard there. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot, and then comes back with an uppercut. Just 10 seconds to go here in the second round. Nice block that time. It was intended to the head. Round comes to an end. And that's one of those rounds, Teddy, that just takes on a certain style, a certain characteristic. And that was a busy one.
Yeah, it was a busy one. Look, Joe, you don't have to look for these guys. They're right there in front of you.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think sometimes you just get those rounds where it all happens?
Because of styles. You know, styles make fights. In this case, you see proof of that right there. Both guys that are aggressive, both guys that are very confident.
So here we are, a new round underway. way, and in that last round, he got tagged. He got hit pretty hard, Teddy.
Yeah, he did. He got caught. Now, the first thing is, we all know he got caught, but why did he get caught? He has to be able to decipher that in his head. He has to be able to have the answer to that so it doesn't happen again.
Tucks those elbows in, blocks the body shot. Nice job to land that counter punch and getting away from one of his own by Ricky Hatton. What a chin. And can you believe the shots this guy's absorbing? He tried to nab him up top, but was unable to connect. There are those who have said that Ricky Hatton's a little bit of a dirty fighter, that he knows some of the tricks of the trade and takes advantage of it.
Why? Just because every once in a while an elbow will touch you a little bit and a forearm, you know, will go up into the bridge, you know, just by accident a little bit. Look, it's part of his persona, it's part of his makeup, it's part of his style. He wants you to think you're in there with a guy like that, so you don't think it's going to be an easy night.
Good work with the uppercuts. Nice job there. Coming to the halfway point of this third round. Blocks that belt line well. You see guys do this all the time. A little shove off there to create some space on the inside and get your punches off. Way to block there. That worked out really well. Throwing off the right hand after getting tagged like that. Nice job on the inside right there. Just creating some space. Hey, have it your way. Blocks the headshot. He missed with that headshot. Unable to get to Mosley that time. He blocked it. Ricky Hatton's got to deal with a cut on his cheek right now. The good news is it's below the eye, but still it can get nasty as the fight progresses. Good block by Hatton. He just missed that shot up top. Well-targeted counterpunch by Mosley. Coming to the end of this round. Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, a round like that where it's a lot of busy activity and both guys being busy. When you were a trainer, are those the kind of rounds that you prefer, or do you like the pace to be a little slower? It does depend on each guy.
No, if I have a fight, I'd rather have a guy fighting a guy that you never see him. Leave me the heck alone. And where I'm in control all the time. But the fans love to see a fight like that.
Here we go with the fourth round. Mosley able to block that punch. Unable to get to Mosley that time. He blocked it. Straight right was lined up, but he missed. Hatton comes from a family of soccer players. In fact, his grandfather and his father were part of the Manchester City team, and Ricky himself was put down that path originally, Teddy, but things didn't pan out, and he stumbled across and was inspired by the sport of boxing, stumbling across a boxing gym, and for the better. Good decision.
Yes, it is. And, you know, that's one of the things that the old-time trainers used to tell me. With boxing, there's a weight class, there's a place for everybody. Size has nothing to do with it. You can be a world champ.
Work the body kids. Keep moving, baby. Come on.
Good defensive skill. Wow, look at that, trading shots. Ricky Hatton's in a real tough spot now. There's no doubt about it that the eye has worsened. That cut is really looking ugly right here. What does he have to think about right now? Is it time to just take the realization that, hey, this fight could end at any moment?
Yeah, well, there's two things to that. First of all, the cutman's done his job. He's put the coagulants in there. Now he has to give them time to work. He's got to be elusive. He can't get hit on it for a little while. But also, he has to find a way for offense to stem the tide, to keep the opponent from just walking right in.
Use the jab.
Blocks away that headshot. Very clever move there. A little defense turns to offense. The counter punch by Sugar Shane. Teddy, is it possible that he didn't respect this fighter coming into the fight? Now, I know a lot of people would say, yeah, he's ahead on the scorecards. But you can just see the style of fight that this is, Ben. He's being tested.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of two things. This guy being better than his record would indicate, and what you touched on, that he's a human being like anybody else. We look at the guy's record, we think of what kind of fight it's going to be. He looked at it, he thought it was going to be a little easier than it's turning out.
And this round comes to an end. It is a round that was highly entertaining. These guys really put forth quite an effort.
Well, they both have high engines. They have motors that never stop going.
But that action has only favored one man, completely one-sided. Hard to see the scorecards coming into play here with how dominating he's been. Able to get away from that headshot with the block. Accurate uppercut after taking a shot of his own. We just have not seen the big shot. Oh, and there you go. Sugar Shane Mosley stunned and staggered. Well, he took one right there, but then he targeted one right back. That was a miss by Hatton. Teddy, this is one of those moments where you just wish you could pick up the phone and call up the world and say, tune in. Everybody should be watching this, right?
I have a cell phone. I might do that right now.
Start dialing. Needs to improve that accuracy. Missed with the headshot.
Keep moving.
Good block by Ricky Hatton. Well off the mark by Sugar Shane. It is unbelievable to sit back and just watch what these guys are willing to give and to take. Wow, what a fight so far.
Well, give and take, that's the key word. Sometimes you're forced to become great. And right now, each one of them are forcing the other to go to great places.
Side to side, move your head.
He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by Ricky Hatton. Sugar Shane blocks that punch. Devastating blow by Ricky Hatton. Great show by these two. What an entertaining bout this has been. Neither man willing to give up an inch and giving everything they've got.
Joe, it's like that old song. Whatever you can do, I can do better. That's how they're challenging each other.
Comes right back at him with a left hand. After a fine defensive effort by Hatton. This has been a hotly contested war throughout, and you just have a sense that it's going to end at any moment in these later rounds.
Yeah, these guys are not saving anything. They're going for broke right from the beginning.
Up again, but it's only favored one man. Hard to see this fight going the distance based on what we've witnessed so far. Shane Mosley's doing a good job tonight on the outside. He's able to score from the outside, keeping a safe distance away from his opponent. Every gym's got one of those double-ended bags, right? They give you the movement. You got to hit that moving target, work on your accuracy. He's making it so that his opponent never had to work on one, Teddy. He's just sitting right there, right in front. No head movement whatsoever.
No, not at all. He didn't have one in his gym, that's for sure, because he just does not know how to move his head. The old-timers would say he gets insulted if you miss him.
Missed that uppercut. I don't know that his fans are going to be singing it's a Hatton Wonderland if he doesn't get out of that land on the inside where he's losing the fight right now.
No, absolutely. Hey, look, if you're a baseball player and you're at bat, sometimes you have 2 strikes on you. What do? You choke up on the bat a little bit. Well, right now, 2 strikes on Hatton. He needs to get on the outside and figure it out. Find a way to box at a distance.
Dismisses his opponent's headshot. He tried to nab him up top, but was unable to connect. Oh, everybody will tell you, you can't get away with that. What a big, wide, sweeping whiff that was.
Well, you can get away with it if the guy doesn't want to throw back, but if this guy wants to start throwing back, then you're not getting away with it.
What has been a memorable round. Great stuff from these two. Ricky Hatton's got those earmuffs on and he's got his hands tight against his body. But Teddy, still, some things are getting through.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like driving a car, Joe, you know, and the weather's a little bad and you say, I want to be safe here, I'm going to stop the car. You don't stop and park the car in the middle of the highway. The cars are coming. I mean, he stopped right there in the middle of the highway. Cars are coming. You know, pull off somewhere. You know, get the heck out of there. Find the right parking spot.
Takes one, gives one. The right hand scores well. A nice block by Ricky Hatton.
Come out, Jab.
Not what he was looking for. That's a miss right there by Shane. End of the round here, a round that saw a lot of action, the kind of round that fans pay to be here to see.
Well, these are TV-friendly fighters, and we figured that coming in.
So the second half of this fight has now arrived. His opponent wanted the body. He wouldn't give it to him. Mosley's in a bad place right now. He was tagged. I don't know what was said to him in the corner, but now he's the busier man.
And he needs to be before any more time goes by.
Keep moving. Keep your head.
Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting. Holy cow! Ricky Hatton's legs look shaky. He was hurt. Sugar Shane Mosley's trying to create some space. You can see how he's going about it there. This is why we love the sport, Teddy. I mean, this is just back and forth action nonstop.
Well, Joe, with special offensive happened in history, you remember where you are. Right now, I'm going to remember where I was during this fight. I'm watching a special epic right in front of me.
Glad to be here doing it, too. What a war this is. Not precise at all by Ricky Hatton. It's been 2 minutes of non-stop action. Now the final minute has arrived. Oh, and there you go. There it is. Ricky Hatton's down. He went down hard. Find a way. He went down and now beating the count and looking to continue and survive.
Well, I think a lot of us wanted to find out what would happen when this moment came, if it did come. Right now, Hatton wants to find out too.
They both decide to bring it. So he scores the knockdown and now heads back to his corner. Teddy, do you ever have to calm a guy down after he scored a knockdown?
That's a really great point, because a lot of times that can be the turning point, but not for your guy that scored the knockdown, for the other guy. Because sometimes when you score a knockdown, you start to think it's going to be an easy night. And you forget what you knew when you came in, that it wasn't going to be an easy night. You're going to have to bring all the tools out of the tool shed. And it's important to remember that.
So here we are.
That's it.
The ref is stopping the fight. The swelling just much too much. That's it. TKO. Technical knockout.
Your winner,
Shane Mosley's your winner by TKO. Teddy, another impressive performance by him.
In every way, defensively, offensively, and finishing up.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Have yourself a great night.
Bright moments always come back vivid. The fifth grade was epic, citywide test pressure, the pre-crack era. Mr. Showman, what a prick, attitude matches wardrobe, uglier than sin.
Hi everybody, so glad you're with us. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and we welcome you to the MGM Grand here on the Vegas Strip in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, for our main event of the evening. 12 rounds in the heavyweight division between Lennox Lewis and Iron Mike Tyson. Lewis is really keyed in for this one. You can see it as he makes his walk to the ring. Mike Tyson's focus is front and center as he makes his way to the ring right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lennox. His opponents in the blue corner, please welcome All right, remember one thing. Obey my commands at all times.
They're scheduled for 12. Here's round number 1. Oh, this is a real good matchup here tonight. Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson squaring off. You got the size and skill of Lennox against the raging fury and power of Iron Mike.
Yeah, and of course, Tyson, what you got to remember now, he's going to take chances to get his power off. Chances that maybe Lewis doesn't have to take if he fights the right kind of dimensional fight. If Lewis stays on the outside, sets his feet, draws a line in the sand or on the canvas, he can catch Tyson before Tyson can get close enough to catch him. He has that physical advantage.
There's the headshot, but he parries it away. Good block. Way to block there. Wow, look at that. He comes back with a power punch after taking one himself. What a great display by Mike Tyson. And Tyson with a block punch. Halfway through this round. Well, nowadays we have so many different weight classes. Used to be only 8 weight classes. Now with all the super and juniors attached to every weight class, you can go up and down the scale with ease throughout your career. Is that good for the game?
No, I don't really think it is, because you're making it too easy for the fighters. You know, I'm not saying that it's not good that they have an alternate to a weight class, but a lot of times when you make things easy, they're going to go for the path that is easier. In other words, somebody should be a middleweight. Now all of a sudden they're going to be a light heavyweight. They're going to be a super middleweight, where with a little discipline, they would have fit into that middleweight frame. It wasn't that they couldn't make it. Now you make it so easy, they don't want to make it.
Lewis is trying to create some space between him and his opponent. You know he wants to fight on the inside. He cannot be smothered. Showing you some defense there with the block. Very nice work from both men. They each got a shot in. Lennox Lewis blocks that punch. 10 clicks of the talk.
Listen, I need to see some counter punches, okay? Whatever he misses, counter. Breathe in. Take a deep breath. Great job. Good job.
Here we go. Round 2 is underway. Blocks the headshot.
Get in there.
punch. Tried to land that upstairs and was off the mark. Good defense, just covering up down low.
Side to side.
Teddy, a Mike Tyson left hook. Where's it come from?
Well, it comes from everywhere. I mean, he wants to make sure that he annihilates you. So he puts everything into it. Shoulder snap, body, back, everything.
Keep your hands up. Jab, jab, use the jab. Let go.
Good block there by Lewis. Halfway through round number 2. Good block by Lewis.
Defense, more defense. Back to the body. Move your head, hit the body.
Able to cover up that gut. That's a good block by Lewis. Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by Mike Tyson. Blocks that punch.
Move, move.
Blocks that belt line well.
Finish with the
Final 10 seconds. Well, we're watching Lennox Lewis here tonight, but Teddy, you know, a lot of American fight fans, sometimes they turn the other way with Lennox Lewis. They never really got behind him because they don't like the way he acts as a heavyweight champion.
Well, Americans want you to wear your heart out on your sleeve to a certain point. They like emotion. They love emotion. And Lewis doesn't show that kind of passion. He's very contained, very cerebral, but he knows how to get results where it counts, in the ring.
And round number 3 is underway. Able to show you his blocking ability. Blocks the headshot.
in and out, in and out, in and out. Let's move. Double up your punches.
He tried to nab him up top, but was unable to connect. Able to dismiss it. On the mark, the counter punch by Tyson. Gets rid of that. It was intended for his head. Able to get away from that headshot with the block. Teddy, Lennox Lewis, one of the more cerebral heavyweight champions that we've seen, loves to play chess.
Yeah, you know, and that's been his strength, and also, quite honestly, a knock on him. He's not passionate enough for people, but it has served him in that ring where he's been very contained. He's understood where his strengths are.
your distance. Range. Keep working the body.
Good block there by Tyson. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. You know, I wonder if he's taking his man lightly because he is up on the scorecards, but you can see that he is being pressured and pushed.
You know, he's in there with a real solid guy. I don't think he's taking him lightly. It's just that he's in there in the kind of waters he's never been before, deep waters, and he's swimming harder than he's ever had to swim before.
Stay away from the inside. Jab, jab. Use the jab. Keep working the jab.
Nice block. And now he's acting like a fighter. Coming back with the right hand after getting scored upon. This round comes to an end here. Joe Tessitore sitting ringside as always with Teddy Atlas. Love coming to this fight venue. We always have a great time when we come to town, with the exception of having to pay the bill for our entire crew on the night before when they take us out to a steak dinner.
Yeah, you know, they remind me of fighters a little bit. You know, the fighters that we see that have very, every once in a while, very short arms. You know, these guys,
they don't have the reach.
No,
they can't reach for the wallet.
No, they don't. And I tell you, they would be great on the inside. Really great. I wish I could put them on the inside in the kitchen where I didn't have to take care of them at the table, but great guys.
See, he's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head. Parries that punch intended for the head. And Tyson with a block punch. There it is! Mike Tyson's in a bad place right now. He was tagged.
Keep busy, guys. Come on now. Keep busy.
See, the defense pays off as he gets rid of that downstairs. Hey, I thought he was going to be knocked out just moments ago, but he has survived this.
Oh, he has a granite chin.
There's no need to be on the inside. He's trying.
Blocks the headshot. Mike Tyson blocking that punch. 90 seconds to... Oh, Lewis is almost out of it there. He was stunned. He was damaged moments ago, but now he's got his feet back under him. Nothing there on the punch by Lewis. Very well done by both men to fire off those right hands. Blocks away that headshot. Accurate counter punch by Tyson. Well off the mark by Lewis. Back and forth exchange. Mike Tyson's in a real tough spot now with that cut. Nice block by Tyson. Just 10 seconds to go in this round. The end of the round has arrived, And now an opportunity for the trainer here to get his hands on his guy. His guy just got tagged pretty good there. And when he looks into his eyes, what is he looking for?
Well, first of all, he's looking to see whether or not his guy is still there. You know, he got stunned pretty good. And then what he has to do is make sure his guy's listening to him and telling him, hey, look, you got caught. You've been caught before. This is the way we can fix it. This is what you got to do to correct things.
They are back to action here, but that action has only favored one man. Completely one-sided. Hard to see the scorecards coming into play here with how dominating he's been. Well, I don't know if he's hip to the idea of becoming a counter-puncher, but I get the sense you'd agree with it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's got the perfect platform, the perfect form for it. The guy's walking in right now, not moving his head much. He can time him, he can counter him.
Not what he was looking for. That's a miss right there by Lewis. Oh, boy, look at this. Right from the get-go, they go after one another.
They remind me of my 15-year-old son going to the dinner table.
Good way to protect the midsection. Lewis is trying to create some space between him and his opponent. You know he wants to fight on the inside. He cannot be smothered. How about that exchange? There's the headshot, but he parries it away. Great fight. I mean, just a great fight. Both guys giving their all back and forth.
It doesn't get much better.
Nothing there on the punch by Lewis.
Hands up, hands up. Keep your hands up.
See, the defense pays off as he gets rid of that downstairs. Needs to improve that accuracy, missed with the headshot. Lennox Lewis is doing exactly what he told us he would do. Now, he was stunned earlier in this fight, but he's sticking to that game plan.
You know, I like that. You know, I want to see how a guy behaves under pressure. He hasn't panicked, you know. He still believes in his identity, believes in his talents, his abilities, and he's going to stay that way unless the guy convinces him later on.
Takes one, but gives one. Good work by Lewis. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. Come to the end of the round. Always interesting to see how things will play out in our fights. Teddy, it's always great anticipation when we come sit ringside and the build-up of what's going to happen.
Yeah, it is. And it's always great having a little electricity in the crowd. You know, it helps. I know it helps me with the broadcast to know that you have these passionate fans that are around.
Again, back to action here with another round, but who knows how much longer it'll last. This has been a completely one-sided fight. Gets rid of that body shot. Away from those headshots with his defense up top. the headshot. Nice block that time. It was intended to the head.
Keep your head moving. Go hit him. Keep your head.
Keeping his hands up, getting way of his opponent's efforts.
Keep your head moving.
Takes one, gives one. The right hand scores well.
Keep it going.
Every gym's got one of those double-ended bags, right? They give you the movement. You got to hit that moving target, work on your accuracy. He's making it so that his opponent never had to work on one, Teddy. He's just sitting right there, right in front. No head movement whatsoever.
No, not at all. He didn't have one in his gym, that's for sure, because he just does not know how to move his head. The old timers would say he gets insulted if you miss it.
Neither man slowing down as we have 60 seconds to go in this round. Not precise at all by Lewis. Teddy, you know what I'm so impressed by? Obviously, the pace of this fight is just ridiculous. But how hungry these guys are, how badly each guy wants it.
Joe, this is the kind of fight that it has nothing to do about money. It has everything to do about legacy, how they're going to be remembered.
Tyson's got to deal with the swelling now. We'll see how he reacts. Parries that punch away. The end to another very entertaining round in what has been a very entertaining fight. A fight where there's just bad intentions. The fight that just doesn't have the feel of a fight that's going to be a decision win for somebody. Looks like somebody's going to get stopped.
Right from the beginning, they've been fighting with desperation. Like going the decision, as you just touched on, has not been in their minds at all.
Well, the ability to adapt, so important. Who can make the changes now as we're halfway through this scheduled 12-rounder? Mike Tyson's eye, to me, is getting worse as things continue on here. Teddy, he's got to be very conscious of it, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does, and his corner has to be, too. They got to be thinking about, if it gets to a point where he can't defend himself, they have to do something. Obviously, they didn't come here thinking they were going to have to do. Stop this fight.
Parries that punch intended for the head. Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault. Right on the mark, both guys with the hook. Good block by Mike Tyson. And Tyson with a block punch. Gets rid of that body shot. Good way to protect the midsection. Well off the mark by Lewis. This is great stuff. I mean, Great stuff. Bringing it every which way they are.
Joe, you remember the time you were on a vacation, you saw that perfect sunset?
Oh, yeah.
It was just beautiful. This is beautiful.
Solid counterpunch by Tyson.
All right, let's do it.
Dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. Round comes to an end here. And Teddy, I know you've had a very busy week. You've been training some pro football players this week. There are many parallels to be made between the pro fight game and the pro football game.
Yeah, there are, you know, physical ones and emotional, mental ones. I mean, the physical ones are when I work with some of these behemoths, you know, like offensive linemen. They have to punch out, you know, with their arms. They have to make sure that they get those hands out now. If they raise their elbows, just like a fighter raising his elbow before he throws a jab, they lose the power. So you got to teach them to keep those elbows in, punch out without any telegraph, without any loss of power, and also get those hands out at the right distance. If they're a little late, the big guy gets in on them, and now he can control him. And of course, the mental aspects of it, where they get into those dark rooms we talk about every once in a while, where they have to remember that they have control. They can make the choice. You know, you get in those dark rooms, you start to think that you lose control of the choice, that your opponent's making a choice for you. No, that's not the truth.
Good block by Lennox. Tyson's eye is nearly swollen shut here, Teddy. This thing gets much worse. He's not going to be able to defend himself properly.
No, it is up to his opponent and his opponent's corner to throw the punches that can take advantage of that. The right hands.
We could see a stoppage here. Lennox Lewis blocks that punch. Tyson blocking that punch. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Lewis is in a bad spot right now. He's been stunned. It's like a light switch just went on. All of a sudden, he's the aggressor now.
Well, it's like your parents came in the room and they put that switch on. His corner, not his parents, told him, get on this guy.
The left hand. What a great round. 2 minutes in, 60 seconds to go. Good defensive skill with the block by Lewis. Beautiful game plan there. Out from range and into the power.
Just the way he and his trainer drew it up on the chalkboard.
On wobbly legs not long ago. Now he's got his feet back under him.
What is that, a chin, or is that Mount Rushmore?
Keeping his hands up, getting away of his opponent's effort. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Mike Tyson. This has been a hotly contested war throughout, and you just have a sense that it's going to end at any moment in these later rounds.
Yeah, these guys are not saving anything. They're going for broke right from the beginning.
Next round underway. It's been a good one throughout. Good block by Lennox. Missed that uppercut. Lennox Lewis's punch stats are really telling a story here right now. I noticed that they've been dropping ever since he got stunned earlier in this fight.
Yeah, you know, anybody can keep their punch numbers up when everything is normal. But when you've been stunned, and it's not just stunned, I think physically he's overcome it, but he's been intimidated a little bit. Now is the real testing of the fighter. He's got to put that aside and perform the way he came here to perform.
Oh, that's gotta hurt. Wow! Mike Tyson's gone down. Let's see how he recovers from this.
Keep moving around the ring.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And it's all over. Lennox Lewis has got the win by way of knockout. He put his man down, and the 10 count was administered.
Your winner, Lennox Lewis.
Lennox Lewis is your winner by impressive knockout victory.
And he did it just the way he had to. Stayed on the outside and used those quick hands all night.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Thanks for being with us, everyone.